Well, what line of business are you in?
Right now, I'm a representative for the great state of Montana.
Actually.
You know what this building is? New York Stock Exchange?
Yes.
That's where I got rich.
What was the most amount of money that you made in a single year?
It will be this year.
How much?
We're on track to make 20 million, me and my business partners.
Would you say more than 100 million?
Yeah.
More than 200 million?
No, I wouldn't say that.
More than $100 million? If me and you died tomorrow and you had one more guiding principle to leave with the younger generation, what would that be?
Find something you love to do, get really good at it, and embrace the younger generation.
The secret to overnight success is to keep turning the crank.
The more heat you can get as an entrepreneur, the more successful you're gonna get.
Don't be so quick to jump ship.
Number 1.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, how old were you when you made your first million?
That's personal.
Well, what line of business are you in?
Right now, I'm a representative for the great state of Montana.
Actually, what were you doing prior to getting into politics? And just for context, I started one of the biggest business media channels in the world to get advice for the younger generation. I'm not here to ask about politics, just for advice for younger
Well,
people.
I'll tell you what, I grew up without anything. I managed to get to college, was successful there, got a job at New York University as a research scientist.
NYU?
Yeah, NYU. I taught there for a couple of years, left there, did a startup company that I merged with Yahoo when they first started out.
So Yahoo bought your company?
God bless America.
You said Yahoo bought your company?
We did a pooling of interest merger in the 90s. My company became Yahoo. We pulled our shares.
Oh my goodness.
After that, I tried to help other people do the same thing, did a lot of angel financing, early stage tech venture. September 11th happened, I got upset, joined the Air Force, so I was doing combat search and rescue in Afghanistan, but I'll say this country's been good to me. Yeah, I was the unplanned pregnancy of an unwed teenage mom. Look what I was able to do. I think about that girl trying to figure out what was in store for her, raising me, obviously gave me life, gave me faith, this country gave me opportunity, God gave me a plan, and look what I was able to do. That girl, 3 months ago, flew to Washington, D.C. and saw her son get sworn into Congress. God bless America.
Congratulations, sir. Wait, real quick, so let me ask you this then. What's the most common mistake you see business owners make in today's world that prevents them from
Well,
having
here's the
success?
thing. The secret to overnight success is to keep turning the crank. People take their eye off the ball. You got to just keep turning that crank, keep trying to get the ball down the field. What happens is people get distracted and they stop that. Put in the time to do it. Every overnight success that I know took years to do it, of turning that crank.
So you thought in decades, not short term. You thought very long.
Well, I think you need to think in decades. You need to just keep working, pushing that ball forward. And eventually, if you have the discipline to do that, you're going to look behind you and go, oh my gosh, look what I built. I think that's the biggest thing is they're not focused on that. You just got to keep doing, keep building, keep showing up. Back in my tech days, it was not uncommon for us to work 20 hours a day. And I'm not exaggerating. I mean, you'd sleep here and there when you couldn't focus anymore. You'd get, your 4 hours of sleep at night and you'd just be back working again. That's what we did. That's what we all did. Here's the thing. People say, oh, you got lucky. I'm going to tell you, the harder you work, the luckier you get.
But let me ask you this, though.
Oh my gosh.
So what are you trying to accomplish in Capitol Hill?
I want to make sure that the America that was so good to me, that made it so that a kid born to a single mom, somebody that has no family connections, no family money, can do what I was able to do. And I think that's being squandered. I think that brass ring is farther and farther and farther away. I mean, lack of fiscal constraint. There's so many things that have made that harder and harder to do. We need to claw that back. I worry how a family starting out now, somebody starting a small business, it doesn't have to be technology, any kind of business. I worry about how that family ever has a path to buy their first home, which is the bedrock, the cornerstone of the American dream. And we need to fight back. And I think a big part of that is just fiscal constraint, starting to rein things back so that the United States of America is the promise that it always has been, that shining beacon, that American dream is still possible.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Have a great day. Appreciate you, man.
Number 2.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, how did you get rich?
How did I get rich? You know what this building is? New York Stock Exchange?
Yes.
That's where I got rich.
What do you do?
I'm a trader on the floor of the stock exchange.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I've been doing it for 40 years. I'm the longest standing broker in the world, the most famous stockbroker in the world.
How long have you been on Wall Street?
You know who I am, don't you?
Yes, that's right.
Does he make a lot of money?
Of course.
How much money do you make?
I trade between $500 million and $1 billion of stock every day.
You trade that every single day?
Every day.
I go all over the world interviewing the richest people to help the younger generation. Can I get a minute with you for my channel?
100%.
You're literally the Wolf of Wall Street.
You know what? I don't like that connotation, but yes, I am. And there were years where I perhaps was the Wolf of Wall Street.
What is the best financial advice you could give to the younger generation? You have more knowledge of money than 99.9% of people in the world. Give me a lesson about money that is not taught in school that you would instill in everybody watching this right now.
So one of the things I always talk about, and I have a nice social media platform, and I love talking to younger people, even as young as 13, 14, 15, because they're the greatest consumer generation in the world. And one of the most important things is to invest in stocks and not stuff. We love to buy stuff, right? Everybody. If I were to say to you, look in your closet, we've got tons of stuff. We go on Instagram and we buy things, and then we have it delivered yesterday, and we'll pay more than it's the value of the thing. And everything we buy goes down in value. Pretty much most things we buy when we need something, when we have an urge, right, and we have to have it, goes down in value the minute you buy it. So The whole idea is to change your whole mindset and invest in things that perhaps are going to go up in value. So we love to buy things and stuff. And so that whole mindset to invest in stocks and not stuff is that was something I wish I had known.
There's so much value in that.
It's amazing. I've heard a number of the guys you interview, billionaires, who said that, have multiple streams of revenue and let your money work for you. And that's one of the ways it can happen.
Have you ever been broke before?
Yes, I've been virtually penniless. My parents had money, so there was no point in my life where I did not have a little bit of a backstop. But there was a period of time, 2006, 7, and 8, when I hit rock bottom. I was not making any money. And for a couple of weeks, I cowered under the covers. But I had a wife and children, and I knew no opportunity was going to find me hiding under the covers, just sort of unable to really move forward. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to get up every day and dress up, show up, and go to work, not tell anybody what was going on, and act as if I was making money. I did that for 2 years. I didn't make a dime for 2 years, and I kind of bobbed and weaved. I was able to sort of support my family on borrowing money and credit cards and whatnot. And then one day on the subway, I ran into a guy I had done business with years ago on Wall Street. And I always get choked up. And he asked me how I was doing, and it was the first time I actually said, you know what, I'm broke. He goes, what do you do? You're going, I said, I'm going to work every day because no opportunity is going to find me at home. And he goes, you know what, we traded together for years. Why don't we start to trade again? And next day, I built a trading strategy around what's in here. We started to trade, we grew, and we ended up having a wonderful relationship for another 20 years. Realize that an opportunity is not going to find you hiding in the back room. You have to be open to the signal.
So it's safe to say you can't become a millionaire working from home?
No, you can't. We've seen everybody go through what they went through with COVID, and a lot of people still are not going back to work. Productivity is really important. Waking up, showing up, suiting up. Know that in any given day, if you look for opportunity, you'll find it.
What's your name?
Peter Tuckman.
Peter, if me and you died tomorrow and you had one more guiding principle to leave with the younger generation, what would that be?
Now, I'll tell you something. I've been doing this for 40 years. I've been through so much, being broke for 3 years, losing my brother, my parents, my wife died of cancer last year. Gone through so much. I almost died of COVID. I was given 3 months to live.
What was that one thing that kept you going? Because you've been through so much adversity in the last year.
That I love what I do. I don't need to post a bunch of pictures of me on the back of a Bugatti with stacks of 10,000. But if I can share what I found, I don't want to be on the mountaintop all by myself. Find something you love to do, get really good at it, and embrace the younger generation.
You got amazing advice, sir.
You're wonderful.
Thank you so much for your time. Yeah, can I get your contact?
Absolutely.
Sir, so my objective with this video that I'm filming, I'm trying to get somebody to let me into the New York Stock Exchange. Is it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Wait,
what?
Is that possible? Could we go in for a minute?
Yes, we
real quick?
can. Yes, we can. For you, I'll do it. This is special.
Yeah?
Just for you. Come on, let's go.
Appreciate that.
Oh, let's go. Thank you so much. Go. You go first. Camera's doing the show. So this is the main room of the stock exchange.
And this is where you trade the $500 million to $1 billion of stock every single day.
Exactly.
What is that even like? How are you getting that much volume and that much money?
In order for somebody to trust you enough to give you that much stock, it's a big deal. It's taken years and years like that. So there's different order flow that comes down to us. We have customers, and then we're also trading the S&P 500. And so, you'd be amazed that, we trade 1.2 billion shares of stock, dollar notional value of a stock, right? So 1,000 shares of Visa, that's a $400 or $500 stock. That's a lot of money. That's hundreds of thousands of dollars. So even though it seems like $1 billion, it's actually not that much. They probably trade almost $1 trillion of value here on the floor with the 3,000 plus publicly listed company. Come into the world here. So in this room, at one point we had 5 rooms like this where we traded stock before technology. But now with all of this, I can send out 1,000 orders in 5-10 seconds. It used to take a long time as an individual on paper.
Is the bell in here as well?
The bell's over there. Come walk around. It's amazing to be here and when it's quiet like that. That's the bell. So if you think about it, since 1903, the opening bell and the closing bell is a very exclusive ceremony where heads of state, presidents, prime ministers, CEOs of listed companies, CEOs of IPOs, initial public offerings, celebrities and charities ring the opening or closing bell.
What's your last message to the younger generation?
You know what? Surround yourself by people who have what you want. It's really important. And understand that money, it does not buy you happiness. Money buys you freedom. That's all it's about. It doesn't buy you happiness in any way. Money does a funny thing to people. It sets you in a state, whether you have a lot of it or none of it. It can really curate your life. And so just be aware of its value and the dangers of it.
You got amazing advice, sir.
Thank
you so much.
Number 3.
Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am.
Question for you. How old were you when you became a millionaire?
I know you.
Yeah?
I was 23.
Are you an entrepreneur?
Yes.
How long have you been a business owner?
6 years now.
Do you think I could interview you for 1 minute for the channel real quick? Is that cool?
Yes, I would love
Make it
to.
happen?
Let's do it.
Awesome. What was the turning point to becoming an entrepreneur?
I left Saudi Arabia when I was 18. My dad called me and he's like, I know you're 18, but I can't send you money anymore because his business was failing. He was also an entrepreneur. And when your back is against the wall, you always end up figuring it out. So I don't pray on anyone for their back to be against the wall, but it is probably the biggest blessing. Like when you have no way out, you make a way no matter what.
Did you hit rock bottom?
Yes, because I was literally 18, going to university. I had to work 2-3 jobs to provide for me and my family as 18. For someone that lived in Saudi where the culture is women don't work, so suddenly I'm working all these jobs trying to figure out why I had even a broken English. So that's why I always tell women there's no reason why you couldn't make it in this life. Broken English, background this, family this, whatever your past is, take that, take all the lessons and use it to just make a lot of money.
What was the most amount of money that you made in a single year?
It will be this year.
How much?
We're on track to make 20 million, me and my business partners.
Are you serious?
Yes.
20 mil?
I know. I know.
That's incredible. Like, how did you scale from a $1 to a $10 million company?
The most important thing is hire people that are better than you in your company. Because I don't know it all. And I know I don't know it all. I'm not the smartest. But you know what happens to the smartest people? They're always the brokest. Why? Because smart people, they're overthinking, overanalyzing. They need it to be perfect. And when you want something to be perfect, there's someone half your talent, half your luck, half your intelligence already making moves and making millions because they're faster. They're bolder. They figure it out along the way. Most people want to have all the plan before they move. Just move. You will figure everything in the doing. It's not in the thinking.
That's why they always say that the A students always end up working for the C students.
Yeah, I was a C student.
Did you have anybody that doubted you?
Everyone. Middle Eastern women are more like, just have kids, sit at home. That was the culture that I was in. Obedience is what I was taught my whole life. Just be obedient. Listen to the man. Like your little voice, be quiet. But the side of me that rebelled is what made me successful and free.
So you're good at selling?
Oh, if it's one thing to make you rich as a woman, sales, branding. You will never be broke. If you have a brand, you'll never be broke. Everyone's literally throwing opportunities at you. Like, please do this with me. Please speak here. Please sell this.
So give me $1 million worth of branding advice right here.
People are not nice anymore on social media. They don't give chances anymore. So if you want to blow up on social media and you want people to respect you, 2 things. Number 1, they're not going to give you a chance to make sure whatever you're saying in the first 3 seconds is going to trigger them. And sometimes that could be as something positive that you're going to say or negative. But the hook, the first 3 seconds, is more important than the video. If you look at my Instagram reels, the first 3 seconds is when people like. They don't even watch the full video. Then another thing is always giving perspective shifts. If you're someone that says something that is maybe controversial or maybe it's not the normal or what people are used to listening, if you give perspective shifts on why you believe whatever you believe, people are going to respect it, even if they don't believe it. And then you can charge high prices for whatever you're charging.
Some of the best branding advice that I ever heard was that the best personal brands are superheroes because they fundamentally stand for and against something. You have to be willing to die on that hill that you're making content.
You have to polarize.
Right.
You have to polarize.
Controversy is not a bad
now,
thing. Yeah.
You have to be hated. Look at the most successful people. Elon Musk hated, Trump hated, Andrew Tate hated, Kim Kardashian hated. But then there is that other side that people love them and adore them for whatever they do. Whether you like them or not, they're successful, they're billionaires for a reason.
And they're not rich, they're wealthy.
Yes. The more heat you can get as an entrepreneur, the more successful you're gonna get. If you don't want heat, you don't want the people talking about you, I think just working a job is nice.
Right, you got amazing advice. Hey, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. It was great to meet you.
So nice meeting you. Keep crushing it. One thing about you, your consistency is unheard of. And I love that. And I already know the billionaire status is happening because people our age, they're not doing it like that. They're not consistent. So I'm proud of you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Number 4.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, how old were you when you became a millionaire?
I'm not interested.
So real quick, sir, I grew a channel to 18 million followers. I've interviewed 31 billionaires in the last 4 years, like Tom Cruise.
I appreciate it.
Could I show you just for 30 seconds? I know you're an entrepreneur. I know you'll respect what I do. I've interviewed 31 billionaires. Let me show you what I do real quick, just so you know I'm legit. This is me.
My hero today, Tom Brady. The greatest of all time.
I just did Dana White out in Las Vegas. I just want you to know, like, I'm
No, I totally believe you. I'm just a super private guy.
I got you. Let me just ask you. I saw the back. Are you in fintech by any chance?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
What type of companies did you own?
All software.
So technology
Fintech.
companies.
Yeah.
Love that. So what was the biggest year that you had revenue-wise? Like, what was the most amount of money you made?
Well, that I can't share.
Would you say more than 100 million?
Yeah.
More than 200 million?
No, I wouldn't say that.
More than $100 million? I want to challenge you. Go back to when you were a $10 million company. What was it, the bottleneck that you had to overcome to get out to a $100 million business?
Mostly you got to get out of your own way. When you think about, building a company to scale, most times people address scale when they have to, versus thinking proactively about how do we build processes and structure so that we're always in a position waiting for us to grow into our potential versus trying to catch up once it hits us.
What is the best advice you ever got from a mentor?
So it's not one piece of advice, but I tell you, I've had lots of mentors in my career. The person that I learned the absolute most from was the worst boss I ever had, because he taught me all the things I want to make sure I never did when I was in that seat.
Like what? What did he do that you said, I will never do this in one of my companies?
You know, not listening to people around you, hiring talented people, but then telling them what to do versus listening to their thoughts and ideas, trying to intimidate people to meet deadlines that are unrealistic because it's some arbitrary achievement instead of really focusing on what's best for the customers and the employees.
Do you think everybody's built for entrepreneurship?
No.
Why not?
Well, I mean, you got to be willing to take risks.
And how old are you now?
Oh, I'd rather not say.
If me and you died tomorrow and you had one last message to leave with the younger generation, what would that be?
Don't be so quick to jump ship. You know, a lot of times what I see, especially in younger generations that we hire, is they come in and if they're not achieving incredible success within 12 to 16 months, they feel like it's time to move on. Like, it's okay to make an investment in yourself and a company. Just make sure that your compensation is structured in a way where you actually get to benefit from that hard work.
I love that. Thank you so much for your time. So you got amazing advice, man. I appreciate your advice. It was great.